So what I'm going to do is first go through the two rules of position sizing, and then I'm going to apply it to an Excel sheet live here in front of you so you can understand exactly how it works in action. If the rules are just going to be the theory, right? So if this is confusing, just bear with me for a few minutes until we get to the example, and hopefully everything is crystal clear. And if you still have questions after this video on how it works, let me know, and I'm more than happy to make another video to make things clearer. Okay, so two rules. Now, the first rule is when you start your trading from a blank slate, a new account, your first trade, you always risk 0.12 of your total equity. Now, don't let words like equity and total equity scare you. It just means the total number of dollars in your account. So if your account has $30,000, like that question at the beginning of the presentation that I was asked on Twitter, the total equity is just $30,000. That's it. And what you're going to do is on your first trade, you're going to risk 0.12% of this 30,000. Now, I will show you exactly what that means when we do the example in Excel. But for now, just try to remember these rules. Now, if two positions do well with this amount of risk, then we increase the ROTE, which is risk of total equity, to 0.25%. The same rule we apply again. If two positions are working well at 0.25%, then we increase the risk to 0.5%. If two positions at 0.5% are working well, then we increase the risk to 1%. If this doesn't make sense to you right now, just bear with me, and we're going to do an example of exactly how you can apply this to your account. Now, the corollary to that rule is, if two stop losses get hit, then you reduce the position size to the size below it. So from 1%, if you're hitting two stop losses, you come down to 0.5%. At 0.5%, you lose in two positions, you come down to 0.25%. And in 0.25%, if you lose in two positions, you come down to 0.12%. It's really pretty simple. That is your first rule. Now, the second rule is you always take a maximum of 2 risky positions at a time. So suppose it's the morning, you're finding 10 stocks breaking out. You're not going to jump into 10 breakouts at the same time. You only take 2 open positions, 2 risky positions at any given time. Now, what is a risky position? It's one where your stop loss is not at or above your entry price. So say I have entered a stock at $100 and my stop loss is 99 or 95. That is a risky position because if the stop loss is hit, I'm going to lose money. Now say I entered at 100 and the stock started going up and I moved the stop loss up to 100 or 101 or 105. In that case, even if the stop loss is hit, I'm not going to lose any money. So that is a safe position. You can have as many safe positions as you want. In fact, the more, the better. But risky positions, we only have 2 at a time. Now, why do we do this? One is so that it caps the intraday loss to 2% of your account. Say you are trading at your full position size, which is 1%, and you have 2 risky positions, and the market suddenly starts going down for whatever reason. You're going to take a loss of 2% on your account, maximum. Now, if you had 10 open positions and each at full size of 1% and the market started to go down, that means your account would actually go down 10%, which is a big no-no. You never, ever, ever want to be in that position. In fact, you should never have a drawdown of more than 5 to 7%. Now, the other reason why we only have 2 risky positions at a time is if the market is really doing well and you've gotten into 2 breakouts, the odds are at least one of them will work out. If both of them are going to stop you out, then the market is probably not that good. You don't have to pile into 10 breakouts to find out if breakouts are working. 2 breakouts are going to give you enough information on whether the market is constructive and you can start to take more long positions or not. So try to curb the FOMO and never get into more than 2 positions per account at any given time. So, and every time one position becomes free, which is that we can move the stop up the entry price or above that, then you're more than free to add another position. And the more free positions we can keep in our account and free roll, the better. Okay, so just to recap the 2 rules. The first one is we start with a risk of 0.12%. If 2 of them work, we increase to 0.25. If 2 more work, we increase to 0.5. And if 2 more work, we trade full size at 1% risk. Say we're at 1% risk and 2 of them fail, then we reduce to 0.5. Say 2 more fail, we reduce to 0.25. And if 2 more fail, we're back to trading pilot size positions at 0.12%. Simple. This is progressive exposure. You progressively move up, you progressively move down based on whether breakouts are working or not. And the second rule was just max of 2 risky positions at any time. That's it. These are all the rules you need to know. Now we're going to go through an Excel sheet where I'm going to go through a live example of how you can start with an account of say 100,000 and how we can start to determine what the position size for each trade will be.